I recently fielded a question from a private equity analyst that put together a database of the deals that his company had been involved in. In this database, he put together some attributes on those deals and the overall net return on those deals. This is a question that he had. Hey Manny, I'm not really a technical person or a coder, but I heard that there is a way just to throw in data into an engine to get insights like predicted returns on a deal. Am I way off here? Could you maybe suggest some easy user-friendly tools or services to get started? So the first thing that jumps to mind with this particular question is this concept of AutoML or auto machine learning engines. The idea here is that even if you're a non-technical person or a non-programmer, you can leverage these services to mine your database for insights that might be predictive of the thing that you care about. First of all, you would upload your table, then you would map for the engine your X variables and your Y variable, and then you would have the engine look for patterns in your X variables that are going to be predictive of this Y variable. So in this particular example, the X variables, or the variables that are going to be predictive of the thing that we care about, in this case net return, these X variables are going to be things like the investment size, the deal type, the industry sector, the company age, the revenue growth, EBITDA margin. These can be internal data points that you've collected, or they can also be external data points that you're pulling in from other databases. They can be numeric, they can be factors. The idea here is just to tell the AutoML engine which of the variables are going to be used to explain this overall net return for each one of the deals. Then the AutoML engine will look through each one of these variables. We'll also look at combinations of these variables and see which of those combinations and which type of machine learning algorithm best explains this predictor variable, or rather this response variable that we care about. And it's going to give you that output. So if you're a non-technical person, this is a nice, easy, fast, user-friendly way to start mining your data sets for insights. The neat thing about AutoML services is that they're readily available. All the major cloud providers are going to have their own version of AutoML. Also, there's some smaller companies that are available that do a good job with this, like H2O, Data Robot. I suggest that you talk to your IT group and figure out who your main cloud provider is, and just reach out to them and ask them to help you set up AutoML or machine learning services. They'll likely send out a team to help you work through the particular use case and set up the AutoML functionality. They are really incentivized to get you to use their ML and AI services, so take advantage of their resources and have them help you set it up and educate you and train you on how to use their AutoML capabilities. But I think in general, this is a really good place to start. Some caveats, some things that you should just be aware of as you're leveraging AutoML capabilities. There are some issues that I've seen come up in my practice. One, they tend to be sensitive to data quality and also data formatting. So you just have to make sure that you're putting in data that is cleaned up, that is well formatted. Sometimes a variable might be listed as a factor when it's numerical, or vice versa, and that can lead to issues. So just be mindful of that. Also, sometimes the results are somewhat unclear. If you're not a professional data scientist, it might be hard for you to interpret the results from these engines. And lastly, I would say that oftentimes this is a nice first step just to kind of look for patterns in your data. It's hard for you to take the output from these engines and then put it into practice and start predicting which of the deals, the future deals, are going to be better than others, but still, it still serves as a nice first step for you to start getting some insights from the data. And if you are a domain expert, then you can align the outputs that you're getting from these engines with your instinct and your experience to see how good a job these engines are doing at predicting the thing that you care about, in this instance, overall net return. I thought that was a good question, and I wanted to share it with you. If you have any other questions around AutoML, feel free to drop them below. If you are an AI expert and you feel like I missed something that you think that our audience would benefit from, please drop your insights below as well. I would love to hear from you. Thank you, and talk to you soon.